On this episode of Train with Duane, our puppy series is going to be some basic luring and shaping, getting the dog to understand to follow us. The way we do that is we use something the dog likes, like a treat, and we just get the dog to follow along. So in other words, I'm going to break this actually in two, and I'm going to go, and when he comes to me, I'm going to give him a little nibble. And the key thing here is I'm letting him nibble on it. I'm not breaking any pieces off at this point. So what I can do is get the dog to come here, get in the heel position on that side, take him over here, get him in heel position on this side, lure him through my legs here, get him into the center position, good. Here, get him in a good front position, back here, heel position on this side. And there's a great little tip if you want to learn how to get your dog into position, especially heel, use your leg and bring it back and then forward. So bring him to the front here. And when I want him to come into heel position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this leg back, turn around, and bring him to a heel position there. Now that's not a great heel position, but it's just getting him to understand where I want him in a basic position. What I'm going to later show you is how to get him to sit really straight in that position. So right now what we want to do is getting the dog to follow, come through, get behind my back, come over here, go down. Good. Watch you don't get tangled in a leash. And always use a long line. The reason you want to use a long line is because you don't use a long line to keep the dog, or I should say to bring the dog into you, to yank the dog to you. You use a long line to keep him from failing. So the long line will enable you to just stop him from running away from you, which you can't do if he's on a short leash or no leash at all. I like to have that control over my dog because it keeps him from failing. It makes it real easy. If he runs away from me, all I need to do is step on that leash, bring him back to me. And a lot of dogs will need that. Duane here is very focused on food and focused on training, which we're very lucky with. But if he's not, then I'm going to need to always make sure I can bring him back in. And I'm not going to set him up for any failures. If he does it, we'll catch it on film, and if he doesn't, we won't. But here, let's get him going through my legs, step over the leash here, get him through my legs here, and always switch this around. So he's eating, I swap it to this one. He's eating. He's eating this whole time, getting really, really familiar with going through my legs, switch it around. Here. These are really nice positions to teach him. I can even start to teach him a little weave between my legs, which looks real fancy. If you watch my video with Goofy doing it, you'll see teaching him to walk center between my legs, teaching him to walk backwards. And let me do the backwards thing from this side. Again, I've got a bunch of treats. I just start pushing him. All these things are really great for teaching him movements that later we're going to really focus on teaching him, but right now we're just luring and shaping. Good boy, yeah. Good boy, Duane. Come on. Here, teaching him to go behind my back. Whoops, my mistake. Here, he goes behind. I switch the treat to this one, and he comes around. There he is, peekaboo. Good boy, Duane. So here, start with this treat. Here, he's following. I let him take this treat. He continues to follow, he learns to come around. Other trainers will take one treat like this, and this is a good way to do it too. You come here and then switch it into the other hand and do this, and then this hand's empty. I personally like to have one treat in each hand so that something's always going on. I can bring him back here, and these movements can be a lot faster than if you're always having to switch the treat around. And if you're having to switch the treat around, there's a really good chance you might drop it. And you don't want to drop it. So this video really is about teaching your dog how to move and be around you, shaping these kind of movements like a weaving movement through your legs. Good, right there. Good boy, Duane. Here, this way. So he's already starting to understand that going through my legs. Yeah, good boy, Duane. But you'll get caught in there every once in a while. Here, nice fronting. Good boy. Nice front. Good. Backwards, teaching him to walk backwards. Look how amazing he is walking backwards. Look at how beautiful that is. Come on. I'll cover this in another video, but a lot of people make a mistake When they try to get the dog to go backwards, the dog goes into a down. The reason for that is because they either have the tree too high and the dog sits, or they have the tree too low and the dog goes down. For the dog to learn a proper back, we want to be at the shoulder level so that here, all he knows is to go back. Good, and if he sits, I pull him forward, back, 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 back. Good. Don't make it too hard. Good, good. And keep this up. Good boy, there you go. Good boy, yeah. Good boy. And that is going to be the video of Train with Duane on some basic luring and shaping and getting him to understand how to have fun, how to have food, and how to have a really nice relationship, because training must be fun. Right, Duane? And training is also very fulfilling. It makes us very full. Good boy. All right, Duane. Say bye, Duane. He can't say bye. Dogs can't talk. Okay.